Right. Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel again. So today I'll be doing a review of ApexTraderFunding. This is a prop firm that I've already made a video earlier where I did a review of Apex, but unfortunately the file was corrupted and I had to re-record this video over again. So, but things happen, it's fine. So today I'll be doing this review because Apex is a funding company I'm affiliated with. I do think they have a lot of decent rules. Well, when I say a lot of decent rules, I mean there's not that many rules. There's pretty much just one rule, and that's not to hit the drawdown limit. So I really like Apex as a funding company. Um, I did a review of TopStep as well, which is also another funding company in the future space. I also think TopStep is a decent company. So anyways, if you guys do want to check that out, there is a video on my channel on TopStep as well. Apex is running a 90% discount this month, which is a great time for anyone looking to get into futures. This is an excellent opportunity. It does end in 6 days. So you guys can use my code below, as I am affiliated with Apex. If you guys do use that code, it will help me out, help this channel out, and it'll be much appreciated. Also, if you guys don't want to use that code, that's also fine as well. In addition to that, my code does give you the best possible discount that they're running at any time, so you guys can use that code whenever, and that's fine as well. So anyways, so the first thing I would love to talk about with Apex is the range of account sizes that they offer. So they offer account sizes from 25,000 all the way to 300,000. And these are relatively the entry fee is relatively cheap, especially when they're running discounts as well. So like right now, in the month of September going on to October, they are running this 80% off, 90% off. So it's super cheap. But there is something to know, however, like unlike most prop firms, like in forex, the prop firms, you pay a one-time fee, and if you pass the challenge, they give you a refund. With futures, this fee is based on a monthly, it's like a monthly retainer fee. So if you buy, say, a $25,000 account this month, once you buy it for $147, or if you get a 90% off, it'll be something like, I don't know, like $20, right? Once you do that, once you buy the account, you pay that money each month. So there's no time limit on it. There's no 30-day time limit where you have to pass in 30 days or you fail. There's none of that. You just keep paying until you pretty much pass, which is a nice touch. At least me coming from the forex side of it, when you have to have a time limit on yourself, you're kind of in a rush mindset, which is not really great for your trading. So I do prefer paying the monthly fee. However, it still can affect your psychology, because at the end of the day, you're still trying to avoid paying for next month, even though you don't have a time limit. So anyways, okay, in terms of contract sizes, they offer limited contract sizes based on the size of the account. So for example, on a $50,000 account, you can use more than 10 contracts on a 50,000 and 100 micros, which is not really a problem, because if anyone's trading futures know how, especially if you're trading the ES or the NQ, most people know how aggressive moves and these pairs can be. These not pairs, they're not forex. On these index can be. So 10 contracts is one tick move, a couple move ticks move down, and you're pretty much gone. So when I was taking my challenge with TopStep, I chose to trade the micros only with the smaller accounts, or the $50,000 accounts, because at the end of the day, you only have so much drawdown that you can lose before you lose the account. And if you're thinking about the long game of passing these challenges and getting a payout, it's much more, for me personally, it's much more important that I preserve my capital as much as possible, even though the commissions weren't exactly great for especially because I scalp. It wasn't great for using the micros when you're scalping. The commissions really do add up, but at the same time, I had to weighing the factor that these contracts, even one contract can lose you $200 in a single move at market open on the Nasdaq if you're not too careful. So that could be like 3 to 4 or 5% of your account just like that. Um, so you really want to be careful. At least for me personally. Um, Also the with Apex, the amount of money you can lose before you lose the challenge or the combine is the trailing drawdown amount. So on a $50,000 account, you can't lose more than 2.5 grand. So there's no daily limit. There's no if you lose $1,000 in a day, they either close your account or you lose the challenge. There's none of that. But they do have a trailing drawdown, and this is something I kind of took issues with because I don't really love the trailing drawdown. I don't think it's a great rule. There's not a lot of rules with Apex, which is one of the things that's great about Apex. But I don't really love the trailing drawdown. It's something I've mentioned before. It's I don't know. I get more into it later when I explain how it goes, but it's one of the rules I don't really love. Um, so there's no daily drawdowns, no scaling, and you do get the platform license for free. So that's if you want to use NinjaTrader or TraderVate, you do get the platforms for free and the real-time data as well. Obviously, you'll be trading demo money, so it's not really, but you still had to technically, if you were trading your own money, you either have to go on the free platform or buy the paid version of the platforms in general. Also, if you do, if you're in drawdown and you do want to reset your account, you can do that. So you can pay a fee to reset your account back to say 50,000. If you're in drawdown at say 48,000, you can reset it back to 50,000, but you have to pay to reset it, and that does not affect your monthly billing. So if 3 days into it you reset your account, that doesn't mean that you'll start your monthly payment will start from that 3 days. It will just continue on the set date. So yeah. Some things to know about Apex is you receive 100% of your first 25,000, and then after that they pay you 90%. And I'll get more into this one once I go into payouts later in this video. I'll cover payouts in more detail because it's a bit more complicated with Apex than I personally think that is necessary. But there's that. You can qualify as low as 7 days. You can trade. There's no daily limits. You can trade holidays, and there's also a thing with Apex where I did see somewhere where they say you can't trade the news. If you get funded with Apex, you can't trade the news, but you can trade it on the combines or whatever. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I need to do more research on this because I don't think they've made it 100% clear. But from what I understand, you can trade the news once you're doing your challenge, but just not once you're funded with Apex. Right. So there's no cap to the amount of payouts that you can get. It's a one-step evaluation, which means that you only need to pass one challenge. Let me just go to it. On a $50,000 account, you just need to hit the profit goal of 3,000, and that's it. You're funded. You don't have to take a step 2 or a step 3 or anything like that, which is great. With help with psychology, one of the statistics I saw was with the forex, some of the forex prop firms, where a lot of people will pass phase 1, and then when they get to phase 2 they'll just fail, even though phase 2 is easier than phase 1, because of the psychological aspects of thinking you're close to that level. Okay, there's simple risk management tool, which I completely agree with, and you can get up to 20 accounts. So you can get 20 $50,000 accounts or 20 $100,000 accounts if you want it. So that's the maximum of accounts you can have, just 20 accounts. Right. Also, something that I want to speak about is Um, right. So let's quickly go over the payout system with Apex. Um, Apex have a payout system where you basically need to reach your trail. If once you get a funded account, you need to reach your trailing amount in profit before plus £100 plus $100 before you can get a payout. So essentially that means on a $50,000 account, you naturally have a drawdown balance of 2,500 before you lose that account. Once you get a funded account, you have to make 52,500 plus $100 extra to request a payout. Once you hit that stage, you can request your payout. You can request up to £2,000 of that profit amount. This is usually your safety net. It's basically once you get your funded account and you've made the equity drawdown amount of 2.5 grand. That's usually the safety net with most futures prop firm, at least a lot of future prop firms. And usually these future prop firm would require you to leave that in your account as your new drawdown, as your new sort of cushion for your account. But Apex doesn't allow you to. No, they allow you pretty much to take your safety net out, so you don't have to keep it in there. So once you make that money, you can withdraw it. But the issue that I have, however, is the fact that you have to make 2.5 grand plus 100 in order to even withdraw your money. So in a sense, that is kind of another challenge you have to hit once you get the funded account, because if you don't reach 2.5 grand plus 100, you can't really request a payout. So that's something you have to think about. It's not just, I got my account, I've made $200 and I can just withdraw it. No, you have to reach 2.5 grand plus 100, and you can withdraw. And once they do pay you, like I said earlier, you do get to keep 100% of that. So you'll get to keep the 2 grand until you've make a withdrawal amount of 25,000, and then you get a 90% split between you and Apex. So yeah, this is one of the issues that I had with the trailing drawdown. So once you have your funded account at 50,000, let's say you make that 2.5 grand, so your 2.5 grand 600, so your 2,600, and you're able to withdraw your money. You're kind of left in a small dilemma where you're thinking, should I leave this level of cushion here between my trailing drawdown? Because the trailing drawdown stops trail you once you're at 50,000. It won't trail you past that. So you're essentially thinking, should I leave this cushion in my account or should I take my payout? Because if you do take your payout, you'll have a smaller window. If you take that $2,000 payout, you'll only have $600 left in your account. You need to leave 100 in there anyways, and that's a really small room to work with. So now you're thinking, should I leave all the 2,000 in my account so I can build up more money and then take withdrawals and just leave 2,000 in there as a cushion, or should I take my payout and just have only $500 worth of room to work with? Because once your new account hits your trailing drawdown, you will lose that account. You won't get to keep it. You won't get to keep your account until it goes back. Let me just get a drawing tool here. You won't get to keep your account if it goes back down past your previous trailing amount. You won't get to keep your account. Once it hits your trailing drawdown level, you lose the account. So you're kind of left into this dilemma that you have to really think about. And this is one of the issues that I had with Apex and even TopStep as well. I don't love the trailing rule. It's once you get to that stage where you can't get a payout, it's very difficult to keep the account after that, because you'll only have $500 to work with. If your account goes back to 50,100, you pretty much lose that account. So that's something you have to think about. But obviously, if this is not an issue for you and you're completely happy with making 2.5 grand and then either leaving it in or just taking the money and then continue on with the account, if you think the risk is worth it for you, then you can just go on ahead and do that. That's completely fine as well. For me personally, it's one of the issues that I had with Apex. Other things to know about Apex, they are a decent company. They pay you out. They pay out the money on time. You know, they've had millions and millions of dollars in payouts. You know, they're one of the big companies in the future space, along with Top Step um and you know, Top Step is like the, I guess I'll say Top Step is one of the biggest. And Apex is like second, I think. So yeah, so so yeah, that's pretty much it for, you know, Apex. um like I said, you guys, if you do want 90% off this month, or the best deal, whenever, you guys can use my code down below. If you do use my code, it will help me out. You guys can also choose not to do that. You can use the well, I think there's also save 80 or save 90 that you can also use at any time. That will also give you a discount if they're running one. But yeah, but anyways, that's it for this review today, guys. That's my reviews for Apex Trader Funding. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do want me to do a review of any other prop firm, just leave them down below in the comment. So yeah, so like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.